Good morning. It is a Friday morning. First time I've gone on here in the morning time, so welcome. Hopefully people get to join in. If not, definitely let us know if you're watching in the replay. If you're live, say hi. We like to know who's here and who's following along. And I'm really excited for the guests that we have. As all the guests that come on, I get super excited about people going out there, doing their dreams, and are willing to share in the excitement, in the wins and the losses, in the nervousness and everything that goes on in the pursuit of one's dreams. So Cameron is here, and I'm gonna have him jump in here. All right, let's see if I can get you on here, Cameron. Hey, how's it
Hello.
going?
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Thank you so
Oh,
much for joining us here.
uh,
I guess me right now, right?
yeah. Speaking of nervousness, yeah, we've never met really, so little nervousness, yeah.
No, and it's so exciting because we've been chatting back and forth, and I'm in Arizona now, and it's one of the
Yep.
markets that you work in.
Yep.
And I'm excited for the day that our schedules actually do meet up, and we're in town at the same time. So that will
Yeah.
be fun to relax and enjoy an in-person conversation.
I love
But
that.
this way, everyone can get to see. So thank
Uh,
you for joining me here.
yeah, happy Friday.
Um, Happy Friday. And yes, it was funny because, like, I put on there, well, you might get booked because you're a booking machine right now. And congratulations on that. And it has adjusted the schedule a little bit. And thank you for being so flexible and still making this work. So thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you.
For those that don't know, I'm going to jump in, read the bio that he sent over. And I just want to give you a feel for some of the things that I've come to know and seen throughout the posts that Cameron here has been posting. And this will give you a little bit of his working background, but really to get a little bit more of a feel, I definitely encourage you to follow him. Very upbeat and positive person, and shows a lot of gratitude. So here it says Cameron Lee Price is an Idaho-born actor and raised actor based in LA. At a young age, Cameron was bit by the acting bug when he first auditioned for his school play, The Adventures of Adam Sawyer, in which he was cast as the lead of Tom Sawyer. Since then, Cameron's unquenchable thirst has earned him commercials for Geico, DoorDash, Amazon, and Delta Airlines, as well as lead and supporting roles in short and feature films, such as Potato Dreams of America, Roseblood, as well as TV shows The Wonderland Murders and Murdered by Morning. In March 2021, Cameron signed with a commercial agent in LA, yes, after taking an 8-week class at the BGB Studios in Los Angeles. 3 weeks later, Cameron was officially living in LA and working within the LA market. Since then, he has signed with Barron Entertainment across the board, and most recently booked an episode of season 2 of American Horror Stories. Yes, set to premiere in late summer 2022. He is thrilled to be working in the LA and surrounding markets in which he has gained representation. He is SAG-AFTRA must join and seeking management. So awesome. That's so much you have going on.
Thank you.
I love diving in
Yeah.
and getting to know,
What up, Gio? Hello,
where did we
Jeff.
start?
And George. I got Michelle from Stars. She's here as
Hey,
well.
Michelle. Very
Lovely.
supportive.
Got some people here. That's awesome. That's cool. I've never ever gone live before ever. This is my first time officially. So
Well, thank you. Congratulations. It's a different energy. I love it. So
yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, I'm here for it.
wonderful. So it says you got bit at an early age, but how did that how did it develop, and how did it move into, this is what I'm going to do?
Yeah, so I auditioned for it was the 6th grade. Mr. Pidelko was my drama teacher, and my school put on a production of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and it was broken up into 2 acts, and so there was 2 Tom Sawyers, and there was also 2 Huckleberry Finns, and the whole entire works, and I got cast as the Tom Sawyer in the 1st act, which is amazing. And I don't know, I just like really had an absolute blast. But then unfortunately my grandpa passed away from pancreatic cancer, and so I moved up to a school in northern Idaho where they didn't have really anything. They had band, and then they also had like a digital media, but my teacher, Mr. Case, would have never let me in that class because I was like a skateboarder, and I would have made like CKY or like Jackass videos with my friends, or like just probably like broken the equipment. What up, Gio? And yeah, so I never got to do that. So for years, I was kind of stripped away from this passion, I would say, which kind of, moving away from a small town to a different small town where I didn't have a lot of friends and I wasn't able to pursue that. It made me a little bitter, but I think it gave me that edge. When I graduated, I joined the Pullman Civic Theater, and I was in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as Mr. Centaur, and that was directed by one of my favorite people. Her name is Penelope Gonzalez. She's like really one of the first directors that like really, like, I told her, like, because I was having these revelations, and like I was telling my friends, I felt like a phoenix. Like I felt like I know my purpose again. Being in this production with these kids, they have such a positive and radiant energy, and I just love being on stage and performing and just being a part of the whole entire process. The backstage, the table reads, just those in-depth rehearsals that I'm a repetitive, I like repetition. I do, to a certain extent, and rehearsals was able to kind of provide that for me. So I started going to school for theater and journalism at NIC, which is in North Idaho College in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And Joe Jacoby, he tells me to call him Joe, but Mr. Jacoby was my theater professor who taught Theater 101, and did a production of a play there called Sim, which is SYM, which is this very dance and movement oriented, like interpretive. It was incredible. I mean, the opening sequence had, I think, a Latin singer, a French singer, and an English singer, and it was like the beginning of creation, and it was like, I was like, this is like way too theater for me, but I absolutely loved it. Like just crawling across the floor, just like, it just like it gives you a sense of freedom that like I absolutely love. And so I really just started like training with Dawn Taylor Reinhardt in Spokane, which is 30 miles away from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And she like really gave me my wings, I would say. She like made me aware a lot of my idiosyncrasies and kind of my mannerisms and just like myself as a person that you have to develop and know as a beginning actor, or any actor in any stage for that matter. And it's just part of those, you have to go through those sessions of like, oh, I didn't know I do that, so it really took
I'm
off.
curious.
And then she told me to move to Seattle. Yeah.
I'm curious as far as like making that jump to where you're traveling quite a distance, to be able to do the classes and stuff. Had you already made up your mind, or were you just kind of just pursuing your passion, or were you like, how serious were you as far as making it a career for you at that point?
I was pretty
In jumping
serious.
into taking.
I haven't really had, I mean, I think that music journalism is my plan B. I love music. I listen to it all day, every day. I'm constantly looking at the Spotify release radar for the new releases that came out today, for instance. And I love shedding light on bands that really want it. And I can just talk about my favorite bands for hours and like, and so really that was my backup. But I don't know. It's just like, I think for any person who's on set, even if they just start out like as it wanting to be like a hobby or whatever, it is a complete intoxicating experience, and it is, I think it's like, even my friend Julia one time, she was like, I want to read a book. I want to get inside your head. I was like, read Audition by Michael Shurtleff. And she's like, I want to try it out now. And I was like, of course you do. You can't just like read this incredible book and like not want to give it a try. Like, so I think that if you just kind of put yourself in that kind of setting for long enough, but I never had a plan B. It just like, I think that I'm just that's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing.
That's awesome. That's very powerful in being able to do that. Even with that mindset, I'm sure you had the ups and downs and
Yeah.
different things. Are there certain key things that you do, certain practices, or just or a thing to keep you in that positive mindset to be able to push forward the roles that you really want, that you don't hear anything back from,
Yeah,
that kind of
I
thing?
went through that recently, unfortunately, with a callback. But I think your support group is everything, you know, just like, you know, I got, you know, people like, you know, Jasper or George here, or, you know, multiple people that I've worked with who I think know me as a person as well as know me as an actor. And I can kind of like, it helps to really vent about these things, you know. It does help to get it off your chest and gain perspective. But I have always had this overwhelming sense of hope and like
Mm.
perseverance. And I just like feel like if it doesn't work out for this one, it is kind of cliche to say like no means next opportunity, but like I really do truly believe that. And like I just went through that yesterday, you know, and I was like, I didn't get this one, but it was like, yeah, but it also films the day after American Horror Stories, and so you would
Mm.
have been like rushed to get there, and so it just like worked out, you know, and like it's like yeah, so I think that just your perspective is very important, and having something else to work on as well, you know, if and being able to kind of maybe put that frustration into your next audition, you know, maybe not like, you know, show it in the take, of course, but just like go after it with that like fervor. Is that the word? That yeah, is that
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
yeah? So I think
absolutely.
just perspective, your support group, as well as really having something to work on, a book to read, go to the gym, I go to concerts all the time. You know, I think that it really just helps to have your own outside life as well. I love going to concerts and hanging out with my friends and singing along and to music that I love, and that's a huge stress reliever for me, I would say, for that.
That's awesome. I'll get you into some concerts, hopefully, maybe,
I'll
and
be
if
there
you
in
come
July.
out to see it.
I booked a pilot, Melanie.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
I'll
Well,
be there.
congratulations again.
Thank you. I'll be there July 4th. So if you're not too busy, July 4th weekend, it would be
Oh
awesome
my goodness.
to get
It'll be
to.
a busy weekend, but there'll be
It
a
will
lot of
be.
music around. So I'll talk
We'll
to you
see.
offline on that one. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, now, one of the things that I do love, and I think it does fit into, you know,
What up, Ricky?
I, I see a lot of, hi Ricky. I see a lot of the things that you share. You're very positive, and you share a lot of your gratitude for the things that you do get and the things that you do have going for you in life. And I found, you know, personally that that's been extremely helpful, especially in those low times or those moments where you just stop and shift and look and go, okay, but what do I have going on? And I love how you express so much gratitude for the people that you work with, and all over. Like you're in all these different industries, and you're constantly giving shout outs and you know showing love for those that support you. So has that always been something? Is that something that you grew up with, or is it something like a transition that you found that just it kind of works for you and just kind of is part of you?
I think you could say I grew up with it. Yes, I fully believe in giving credit where credit is due, and you know, it's like I've had multiple makeup artists tell me if you don't tag your makeup artist, like it's kind of a slight, you know what I mean? And so that kind of just like stuck with me. And I never want to disrespect people. I always want to value them for the time that they've given me, you know, just like my buddy George, who might still be in here right now. But I told him, I was like, a couple weeks ago, I was like, something's going to happen, dude. Like, I don't know. I'm just like feeling a lot better about the auditions that I'm turning in right now. And he's been helping me out so much. So I always tell him, like, I'm so thankful for you for always helping me out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, like, I also know photographers, you know, tag your headshot photographer. You appreciate the
Absolutely.
work that they did for you, and you would like more people to go their way. I think that's also where it does stem from. I don't know what my imprint does or what a shout out does necessarily, but I hope that people do go to their profiles and they do look at their portfolios and they say, oh, actually, you know, I actually got a production coming up right now. I'm going to reach out to them for their rates right now if they're not made completely available on their website or thereabouts, you know. But and also just the fact that like my coaches, like I hire them for a reason, of course. And so I'll get a script and I'll be like, this seems like completely left field. Like I don't even know like how to put this into a self-tape setting. So I hire these industry professionals like John Forbes with, you know, Tape at Albuquerque. He is an amazing actor. Just did a scene with like John Hamm and Tina Fey like 3 months ago. He was on the newest season of Better Call Saul as well. So I'm not sure if that episode already is on there or is coming up, but um and then also Heidi Walker, who was like my coach in Seattle, who really taught me like you're a goofy redhead with a red with a red beard and big ears. Like they love you already. Trust, you know. And so like honestly, just like really kind of believing that. But and so these coaches, they've helped me level up, so I got to give them a shout out, you know.
And that's a huge important thing to be sharing. I think so often, a lot of times, actors can kind of, go into their own little
I can.
space and worry about handling everything on their own. Um, but yeah, reaching
Great.
out and
Y'all, you should hit her up. She's in LA. Whoop whoop. She's in Hawaii till next Thursday, but she's great.
sweet.
I worked with her a couple months ago. Do recommend. Anyways, sorry, Melanie.
No, awesome. All these people, these are your support crew.
Yeah,
So great. But yes,
was in his film Lost Roads. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go, please. Are there any other shows that you want to, hey, make sure you jump on and watch this, see it here. What do you have going on?
Um, I do have Murdered by Morning coming out pretty soon. But I need to get a release date on that. I think it's sometime in June, perhaps. It's coming up before American Horror Stories, that's for sure. So that'll be on Oxygen.
Oh, okay.
I should get the date on that. Um, Also, Nicole Rex and the Killer is playing at PopCon, which is an online streaming festival right now. So check out the PopCon website for that. But that's basically it right now. So I
That's
think so.
awesome.
Yeah.
Are there any other tips that you want to share with either aspiring actors or anyone looking to go into something that they want? They might have something holding them back.
Yeah, I gave this advice to somebody the other day. This person, reached out. He's like, I got, a house and I have kids, I have a mortgage to pay. And I was like, how do I kind of pursue this a little bit more? And I said, well, acting takes a lot of sacrifice. So I think that you just need to figure out like what areas of your life that you are trying to or willing to sacrifice. And it could just be for 5 hours a week. You know what I mean? Whether it could be throwing something on tape or like reading a chapter of audition per day. I think there's little ways to carve out these moments of time. Um, it is the oldest cliche in the book, but it really did take me a couple of years to figure out. But really just embrace who you are and, and be that quirky, goofy person if that is who you are, and like, yeah, but if the description says be deadpan, then yeah, be deadpan and then give like a second take with your own kind of rendition or more I would say, but I'm not saying go against the grain completely like that. I mean, they have it in the description for a reason, but, really just, yeah, put your insecurities in the front seat, I think, you know what I mean? Because then, which is a crazy way to think about it, but
Yeah,
then you're not worried about them in the backseat, kind of, because it's already
I
out there.
like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
And I would just say also just developing that support group. I had a consultation with an actress the other day and I told her just like really finding those people within your area that are actors, and your friends who know you as well is great, but it's good to have that actor perspective, especially when they're reading for auditions and, really kind of just that persistence, I guess, and just keeping at it. And with finding that good network, it also comes with finding the right acting classes and coaches and everything else kind of in between, good filmmakers to work with.
What do you think the best way is to go about like finding act? Where have you found the best acting classes? Is it just word of mouth? Is it just trying them out? And how do you go about finding the ones that really work for you?
Heidi Walker. How did I find Heidi Walker? I think that I found her because my current agent, Tammy, with All About You over in Seattle and Portland, I think that she recommended her. Oh, I remember what it was. It was at the Seattle Film Summit in 2019. It was her and Jody Rothfield and a couple other casting directors there doing a panel. And I like gave her my card, and we kind of, or she said something like, "Oh, I know who you are," or something like that. And I just reached out for a session. And so Seattle Film Summit is how I found Heidi Walker specifically, I think. But I heard about her, of course, through the grapevine. And My current coach, John, I coached with him privately. I found him, thankfully. It's all about who you know. You know, I produced a film in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho called Door to Door. It was like my first, it was the first feature I was ever in. He played a DAA agent in it. I cast him in it. And then he moved to Atlanta and started booking some, continued booking really good credits. And then he moved to New Mexico because it's pretty hot over there right now. And he has Tape in Albuquerque, which is his own self-tape and coaching studio. Hello, Dave. Dave makes incredible bread, but it's not Dave's killer bread. It's just Dave's really good bread. It doesn't harm anybody. It's good stuff. But yes, of course, just I think that I just ask around, you know, but also do your own research. You can literally, the way that I found my first acting coach, Don Taylor Reinhardt, I looked up Spokane Acting Coach, and I think that was her website, is SpokaneActingCoach.com, you know? And so I think that was also just like partially maybe a serendipitous event, really. I think that me and her were kind of meant to find each other, as crazy as that sounds. Hi, Katie. How you doing? Happy Friday. Katie had like a Forbes article or like a New York Times article written about her husband flew to New York to surprise her, to ask her to renew their vows. And it was caught on camera. It was beautiful. That was awesome, Katie. And she's got a great film that is out right now as well. Katie, drop where to find your film in the comments still, please. Thank you. But yeah, so just really asking your friends and also your agent. You know, your agent knows great things. They will always direct you to the right places because they want you to book, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what do you see for the future? What are you a big dreamer? Like, is there something that you're pursuing, or are you having fun? Where are you at? What is your vision?
Yeah, so right now I'm looking for management, and I'm hoping that thankfully this American Horror Stories credit will be able to help propel that a little bit. But you know, I've got a booking thankfully on June 14th and 15th in Boise, so I will be returning. I'm from Middleton, Idaho, and so I'm with Anderson Talent over there as well. I'm doing this really cool industrial called Spiral Speak, and it's going to be it's a table discussion over with like 4 or 5 friends, I believe, and it's about race and other very important matters, and it's going to be screened in every school in Idaho. So I'm really excited for that one, because that's kind of like what you sign up for when you're an actor, is doing these things that are much bigger than you. And so really excited to partake in that. And honestly, like some of those, seeing like these like actors come in leotards to the school and like performing these Shakespeare plays, and like that was also kind of my spark of like wanting to be like, that looks fun a little bit. So I kind of just like thought about that, which is cool though. But so I have that coming up. So I'm really hoping that this American Horror Story credit will propel me getting a manager, and really just looking to keep stacking on these smaller credits on TV shows such as American Horror Stories. And so we'll see. I'm looking for some new training in LA for in-person classes while still, you know, training with John Forbes and Heidi Walker. And but really I look forward to just really establishing myself. I mean, I've only been in LA for a little over a year, and I fully believe it does take time. So I just hope to.
Well, I think you're doing great. Like, you know, you're doing all the things, and you know, hoping that the larger credits will bring you more. Definitely will, but it's you getting those that are bringing that. So you're going to bring everything that you want to you, and I see it, and I'm excited for you.
Yeah, and I'm just excited to work in, you know, in Arizona as well for this pilot. It's called Beans, and I have a nice supporting role in it, which is great. So would love to see you when I'm there. And I'm just really excited for the filmmakers who I'm going to be working with in the future, you know. So and seeing the beautiful thing about it, you know, I hear it all the time. I was just doing a little my booking yesterday, and someone was saying, "Oh, you never know. All it takes is that one gig." It's kind of cliche, but it's kind of true actually as well too. You know, I
There's
think
a reason for the cliches, right?
it may not be that one, you know, but I think it's the ones, twos, that, you know, the ones kind of, I like to call them small victories, you know, and those are what really, I think, keep an actor fueled. Or it's like just having that one more gig to look forward to. It helps a lot.
Well, I'm glad you're so driven and you're focused on what you want to do and that you're doing the things that you love. So
Thank you.
you're an absolute inspiration. And I appreciate you for coming on here. And there are a lot of people that I'm sure will take inspiration in that. And then
Oh, this is fun. Is this it?
if you whatever you want to share, however you want to go, whatever you want to do with it,
No.
I'm just very grateful for you to be doing that. Like it's so inspiring to see people doing it, and it thrills me. And it's like you said, being on any set, if you're feeling that excitement and that joy in
Mhm.
any area of your life, you've got to do something about it. So um, yeah.
Absolutely. When's the next time you're going to be on a set? How are you settling into the Arizona film community? And like, how are you finding that it's different from Utah so far? It's a
It
bit,
is different. So
yeah,
my background's a little bit different, and how I got back on the horse and started pursuing acting again,
like
and
Katie. Okay.
I'm 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 switching more into the speaking role. I love being on set, and I find more and more I'm enjoying the behind the scenes and supporting film. The community is different out here. It feels bigger and more spread out than in Utah, but it might just because I'm new. So I don't think I have a really clear understanding of the community yet. I have been fortunate enough to meet up with one film crew that filmed out here in Prescott, helped them scout out some locations, and then
Yeah.
I was able to be on set and help out and PA a little bit there. So I'm slowly getting my way into it. I'm focusing more on the speaking business right now, but I love film so much. I love being on film. So I somehow find myself on set doing whatever it is just to be there because I love that.
Yeah.
I love being around actors. I love the energy, and I love all the creativeness behind the scenes as well. So
Absolutely.
that's just I really connect with you as far as that feeling of being on set. There's just nothing like it. It's so
Yeah. It's
wonderful.
not just craft services, you know, a lot of
Yeah.
people that, you know, but it really is the people, you know, and loving who you work with. I mean, and the day goes by slower if you're just not talking to anybody, you know, it makes
Yeah.
it a lot better. Absolutely. So,
And I love how like so much planning goes into it, but the real life situation when you get on set and you're trying to film something, you're like, wait, that's not going to work. The in the moment finding the solutions to what you're trying to portray, I could just sit back and watch that all day long.
which is where like
It's
an
just
amazing producer or like so many it may be like whether the lighting is like was not what they anticipated, and so you know the gaffers and the technicians are able to pull off like something kind of like spur of the moment.
magic.
And like, yeah, I mean, like, so just mad respect to them, you know what I mean? I love like, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really cool. It truly is some movie magic stuff kind of on set. Like, I think when you have that many minds together, sometime beautiful, beautiful things come out of it.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing, like so many people don't understand, with acting is not only, you go into this training of learning how to get in the character and portray it and how to, it's all the different things, the angles, but it's also in those moments where you have to cheat so much where, you're in this really dramatic thing and there's no room for anyone else to be on the other side to feed lines to you or for you to even look like there's so much else that goes.
Of like the camera, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And if you tilt your head from here to here, it changes lighting and your mark is not on the floor, it's from here or here, just
Yeah.
there's so
You're
much
supposed
that
to
goes in.
be down, but you're, you know, yeah, but no, like, you're in a sheet. Yeah. Totally,
Yeah.
totally, absolutely. Well, I'll see if I can maybe I'll talk to the director and writer of Beans and see if we got a spot for you. That would be
Oh
awesome.
my goodness, that would be
I'll just
awesome.
throw it out there and just see if they bite. You know, so that would be
Hey, that's so cool.
definitely
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And
totally.
I'll do whatever on set that's needed. So,
What up,
well,
Ben?
thank you.
Nice. Cool. We got some Susie. Cool. Right on. Well, this was awesome. Thank you, Melanie. Really looking forward to meeting you in person, of course.
Absolutely. So just let me know when you're in town and yeah, we'll meet up. So thank you so much. Where's the best place that you would like people to go, whether they're looking to see what kind of shows you're into, where they can support you,
Yeah.
or where they can maybe get your signature and sign you for some cool stuff?
I guess check out my IMDb. That's a good way to just see like what I'm currently working on. I'm casting a really cool noir short that filmed on the 11th called The Vesper, with some filmmakers that I worked with on a music video, Yellow Van Gogh Productions. And so that was just recently added. And I also have a short that I did a few years ago, a SAG short called Hey Man, that's coming out on the festival circuit really soon. So I guess just keep eyes on my Instagram, Cameron L. Price. And I always love to share my work there, of course. Really excited to see that one. But besides that, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to all your continued success and have a wonderful, beautiful Friday.
Yeah, have a good weekend, Melanie. Thank you so much. We'll see
Take
you.
care. Bye.